What's going on, everybody? It's Jonathan. So we already did the HanSound Quentin. That was a cable that the awesome music tech sent to me. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Andrew. And they have a new flagship as well. So today we're going to be checking out their flagship. Its name is the Kunpeng, and we're going to review it. HanSound Audio Kunpeng retails for $2,199. It's made of three materials: pure silver, gold silver alloy, and palladium plated silver. It's got a dual layer shielding structure with graphene braided mesh and silver plated copper braided mesh. It's also 21 AWG. Alright, so let's get to the unboxing. Got this nice black box. You've got the magnet down here, and you fold this up, and you've got everything inside in nice little individual boxes. We'll start with the cable box. So I'll pull this out, place this here. There we go. And the first thing that strikes you is this really super nice blue leather case, and has black around the edges. Really nice. And inside, this is where you'll find your Kunpeng. It's a spectacular silver with blue highlights, and the blue highlights actually match the case, which is nice. Got the nice holder here, and this is what the cable looks like. Very beautiful and intricate design. So I'll put the cable in the case aside. What's cool also is you get an interconnect. And this stuff is packed so tightly in here, sometimes it's hard to get out. We'll do it from this end. So the interconnect that comes with it is made of the same three materials that the cable's made of. Now, this is the older interconnect. The newer interconnect is actually longer, and I'll show you why in a few minutes, but it is a very nicely built interconnect. Inside here, you also get a pin. Which is random, but it's kind of cool. And what's cool is, if you can see on top, you've got blue, 0.5 pencil, black, and red. So every time you click it, you get a different color or pencil. Anyway, kind of cool little addition. You also get a very nice second leather cable holder, and this, if you notice, very much matches the case. Then last but not least, I'll open this from both sides because, again, it's very tight inside. You will find the place to put your 2 pins, but you've got your MMX, so you can switch out this to suit whichever type of IEM you're using. So as I've mentioned before, there's a new interconnect that is being shipped out. This one's a little bit short, and as you can see, hooked up to the EA4 by Luxury Precision and the iBeso Max TI. You don't get much of a movement space here. But again, luckily, there's a new interconnect. I'll be sending mine back to Music Tech, and they will be sending me out the new one, and that'll be very cool. Let's talk about the comfort on the Kunpeng. It is a very malleable and easy to bend and fold. It doesn't get too tight. As you can see, it's very loose, which is nice. It's also a very beautiful cable. and it's got this wonderful design work going for it. You know, one of the most important things for me is to be able to wrap it up like this and sit it down. And as you can see, it pretty much holds the shape for me. Doesn't fight me, which is nice. As far as comfort, as you can see, you've got the ear hooks. And since Fei Wan is one of my favorite IEMs, I spend a lot of time listening to it. It's not too heavy of a cable, so it's not pulling. So pound for pound, it's very good. So let's talk about sound when it comes to the Kunpeng. I put it together with one of my favorite IEMs, my Fei Wan. And honestly, talk about the regular signature of the Fei Wan. The Fei Wan is this beautiful IEM that has this thunderous bass, but these very detailed mids and these sparkling treble. And it's a very analog sounding IEM, very organic sounding IEM. And it's just so nice. If you ever have a chance to get one or listen to one, do so, because it's just a really spectacular IEM, one of my favorites. And adding a silver cable to it, I was worried that it might accentuate the treble a little bit, being treble sensitive. And I've never had any issue with the Fei Wan. And luckily the Kunpeng doesn't do that. What I did notice is there's more resolution, which is enjoyable, especially hear it in voices. And you also hear it in instruments as well. And I really like that. But the other thing that I noticed was a wider separation of instruments and voices in the whole sound stage, especially when it was hooked up to the EA4, which automatically makes the soundstage larger and makes music more organic and punches the bass a little bit more. So, and the bass to me was a lot tighter, but it was still that punchy, beautiful bass. So really, it was just a slight effect that I noticed, but I really did enjoy how it just made everything more separated, especially when listening to, let's say, something like Bloom by Bill Lawrence, and you've got all the violins, the cellos, the bass, and then his piano comes in, and then each individual instrument feels just really separated and awesome. Or something like Go Go Penguin in Bordeaux, and it's very distinct between the drummer with his cymbal play, the bass player with just the awesome fingers playing along, and the piano player. Really, really neat sounding. So again, the one thing I was worried about with the silver was that the treble was going to be a little bit too bright, but the treble was actually really, really nice. I love the treble on the Fei Wan, and it just made it sharper in a sense where there was more detail to it. Not sharpness where it comes to semblance or anything like that, but more detail out of the treble and a little bit more sparkle. So pound for pound, I really did enjoy the pairing between the Kunpeng and my Fei Wan.